Hello everybody, it's Alex again. Now a couple of weeks ago I bought this beautiful HD Smith triple lever screwdriver, and I promised to do an in-depth video of just this screwdriver because I think it deserves an in-depth video. Now I've made a video in which I showed the process of me taking it apart, which is easy, and cleaning it up. So before and after. Now because I'm a moron and I don't know how to make a proper video, I didn't turn the camera right, and then I had the video turn, and then there was no, it was awful. So I decided to throw away what I've got. So sadly I can't show you the before and after, or you can see the before in my video where I unpack this beauty. So this video is just gonna be me jabbering on about this screwdriver and the things I find interesting about it. Now, I also have gotten a parcel in earlier this week with a few beautiful things I want to show you as well. So first off, also a couple of videos back, you will see me finding one of these wrenches, the exact same size, same brand also, but other writing on here. Now, I traded mine with Ben's. Ben has had two of these, exact same ones, and mine had different writing, which the writing he hasn't got. Now he sent me back an absolutely beautiful example. You can see how crisp the jaws are, especially the lower jaw. And the imprint is made in England, in Birmingham, by Thomas Chapin. Has a Dutch patent, which there aren't many of, wrench-wise. It's absolutely beautiful. Look how beautiful the knot is. I will do absolutely nothing to this wrench. Ben has cleaned it, given it a good coat of wax, so this will be stored in my drawers, or it actually already was stored in my drawers. I took it out of the video, and I'll try to keep it as nice as it is currently. Now also in the parcel came this little 6-inch Bemis and Cole wrench. Now I was after this wrench. It was offered on an online or an auction in the US, and Ben's friend, because it was offered with a 6-inch one, a 6-inch version of this wrench, and a 4-inch version of this wrench, and Ben's friend was after the 4-inch version. He won the bids because I lowballed, and Ben kept harassing him until he was willing to give this beautiful wrench to me because he collects 4-inch wrenches, not 6-inch wrenches. Now you can see it's a beautiful wrench. It's in beautiful condition for its age. You can even see the writing on it is quite crisp still. Now I don't have to do anything to this. It's waxed. It's all there. It's perfect. Now why I was after this? Scoutcrafter did one of these wrenches up in one of his early videos, and I loved this style ever since, but I was never able to find one and thought I would never find one. But Ben took me to his friend Roger, and Roger had these two. So I have a little set going on. Now these are among my most sought after and wanted wrenches, and I have two that look like this. It's not right. They should be done up, especially these two, because they are rather mucky and they could be quite nice, I think. So yeah, you've got a little set going on. Now I know there will be at least a 4-inch, and there must be at least a 12-inch, so there are the two other ones that I need to find along the way, but I think this is a pretty nice set already. And then also Ben's friend was kind enough to throw this little 4-inch K2 14 USA wrench in. Now I think it's made by Western Forge out of Denver, Colorado, and they did a lot of forging for Craftsman, if I'm not mistaken. So really nice little wrench. It came as nice as it is. As I'm showing you, I just put a little wax on it, and it will go with my other little 4-inch US made wrenches. Now, enough jabbering on, let's dive into the perfect handle HD Smith screwdriver. I'm gonna move this up a little bit so the screwdriver will be in full view. So, many of you will know how this screwdriver works. It has a wing nut, which you loosen, and then there's a couple of different positions in which you can use it. This position goes in to this position, and of course the other way around. Now I got this wrench and it was in really nice condition to start with, so I went over it very lightly using some PEEK and some wire wool, and I used some wire wool and some mineral spirits on the handles. Now I think everything came out really nice. It's really close to how it would have been, as you can see how it would have been when it came out of the factory. Now I realized there's a little bit of pinning over here because it's much better on this side, which only sanding will take out. Now I'm not willing, or I feel untrained enough to tackle that. I think it's better off leaving it like this. It's all waxed up. Now the handles came up beautiful. They have a they look like they're gun stocked, but from what I can find in all their adverts, H.D. Schmidt used oak on their handles. So I think that's why their handles are often still so tight. And I also found H.D. Schmidt did their best to prevent rust. So as you can see, the wing nut used to be black, sort of enamel kind black. I tried to keep on what I could. And when you take the wrench apart, which I did in my earlier video, which is easy to do, so just the wing nut, these scales come off. You can see the insides of the scales are also painted with enamel, lacquer, or probably some sort of depaneling to prevent them from rusting. But not only the insides of the handles, but even this was painted black, and here, and black inside the carriage bolt. Now what I found interesting, and also I'm thinking maybe they put some sort of paint inside where the scales are, is what prevented this from rusting. So they're waxed. I put some furniture wax on the handles, and that's basically all I done. Now also what I found interesting, these two castings are identical. They fit in each other like this, but they're identical. So they would come out of the forging machine like this, and then they would go to a process in which this one would get a round hole, and this one would get a square hole. But if you look closely, H.D. Schmidt probably didn't have a machine to make a square hole, so they would drill 4 individual smaller holes, and then the drill that, because it would probably be put in some sort of die, right? The drill that would do the round hole would punch the round hole in and make it into a square hole, which is good enough to accept the carriage bolt, which I think is quite interesting and a smart way to solve it, and maybe something I could use if I ever had to do a sort of similar project which needed a square hole. So yeah, that's the screwdriver. So putting back together off camera, that was the screwdriver. Yeah, as said, it's in beautiful condition. It must have been kept under relatively good circumstances, and it didn't have a lot of use. Now my theory is you can only tighten fairly large screws with this, and I'm thinking, would there have been a lot of slotted screws that would accept a screwdriver this size, even back in the 1920s and 30s? I can see it's been used, got a couple of whacks on the back, but that's all the use I can find on it. So maybe this wasn't the most practical tool, even back in its day. But I could be mistaken. I'm not from the 1930s, sadly. So yeah, those are my contemplations on this beautiful screwdriver. I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you all for watching, and I will be back with you soon, hopefully. Bye.